we ready? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So today we're going to look at eyes. I'm just going to give you a basic function of how to do an eye. Of course, it'll be symmetrical. Okay, if that's your kind of eye sockets, you're going to have your nose, the bridge of your nose there. What we'll do eventually, we're going to go into the clay like this. So we're going to pull it out. We're going to pull it back like that. Okay. And this will go up there like that a little bit. And then we'll just start to move. And then we're going to cut this cheekbone out there. We'll get cheekbone out there. Because it's not necessarily what we do in the eye, it's what we do around the eyes. Okay? So basically, that will go in. There you go. And then we have. Okay, make sure we work three-dimensionally. We're going that way as well. Okay? Alright, so what we're going to do, take a piece of clay, roll it into a ball. We're going to cut it in half and roll it into two balls. And that's not too bad. Okay, flatten that down a little bit. And basically in there. And just push them back in. Okay, something like that. Okay. Now the zygomatic bone, this cheekbone, and the orbital bone here, okay, that protects the eye from getting hit. So the eyeball has to be back down in there. Okay, does that make sense? In fact, I'm looking at those, might just be a tad too big. So we'll take a little bit off that, roll that back into a ball, pinch it in half, roll it into a ball. Okay, and then we'll take these and push them up a little bit. Okay, like that. All right, not too bad. All right, now what we do here is take a piece of clay. Okay. Basically put this clay there and in there. So right now I'm just going to work on one eye so you get to see it, okay? Make sure it's underneath, okay? And from here what we do, make a little bit of a sausage, okay? An eyelid. And basically we're going to put the eyelid a bit thicker. The eyelid's going to go across there like that, okay? And then we'll take another small little eyelid. And that will go across the bottom there like that, okay? Make sense so far? Yes? No? And then a little bit more of a sausage here. And I build that into there for the eyelid. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start pushing this into a three-dimensional concept. Okay, because this is going to be the eyelid that's sitting on the eyeball. Okay. And then I'm going to take this here a little bit, that's a bit too big. And I'm going to push this in here because we've got to go back into the head. Okay, so I'm taking that eyelid and pushing that back just a little bit to make the eyeball. And then that goes back into there like that to make the eyeball. We'll make it three-dimensional. Clay's a little bit sticky. I would not use water on this, guys. It's quite tacky right now. Okay, so pushing this back in, taking this little eyelid here, pushing that back in there, bringing that back down there like that. Back in there, goes underneath. And then we'll have to kind of clean this up here a little bit because we have thickness to the eyelid. then it gets real thin as it comes around. Put my eyes in, I can see. Okay, it's better. Alright, so there's my eyelid. That will go underneath there. I'll just kind of clean that up later on. Just get you the basics of what you should be looking for. Make sure that goes in this way. Yeah, make sure it goes back in. And then the eyelid will follow the eyeball. Okay. And here, this will come out a little bit here for the tear duct. Like that. Go up there a little bit. There you go. Tear duct is there. Okay. And then, of course, in reality, we'll get all this nice and smooth. Sometimes you want to make it go, let it harden off a little bit before you get too far into it. Okay. But the concept is, it's an eyeball. It goes in and it goes in. A lot of you will make these flat and not go actually in and around. Okay, that makes sense? Any questions on that?
Do you want us to make it on like a face or just like a wall?
I put it on here to give you some context, but you could actually just make it on one of these if you want to. So it's an eye, you know, eye in there if you want to. I just did that there so you could see, you know, once you get the nose on there, on how it's supposed to be. Messed that up there now, but you know, you get the concept. Yeah. Make sense?
Can we stop recording?
Yes, please.